Claire Kay is Coppernob's creative pattern cutter. It's a highly skilled job that involves taking a drawing or sketch and breaking it down into a series of pattern pieces that can then be cut out and used to make up the first physical sample of a garment. And specialist software has made her job a lot quicker. Once the design's finished, Claire's given a file that contains a unique design name and number, information about how to make the garment, details of the number of buttons or other accessories, and the width and pattern of the fabric.
So Rhoda will give me a sketch, something like that, and all the detail will be that I need really is itemised. Occasionally there'll be things that we need to clarify, and we talk about the sort of shape, whether you want it to be figure hugging or sort of swingy, or how long you want it, or how much volume in the hem you want. There's a lot of things to consider. And so we have a discussion about it to begin with, and then I'll do an initial draft from sort of blocks that are pre-formed shapes, starting points really, that we have in the system. So you can use those to then develop into a style design.
To turn Rhoda's virtual jacquard coat into a physical sample, Claire begins by calling up a similar, previously made coat pattern that's already in the computer database.
And this is the neckline, and that's the rounded shape here. So that kind of corresponds to it being upside down on the sketch.
She then uses her skills to make some rough amendments in line with Rhoda's sketch.
You can't go straight into making a sample, so what I tend to do is do the basic shapes and the collar in particular on paper, and then do a mock-up or a half toile, which is what is on the stand there, and then call Rhoda over and we'll discuss it again, and things are always fine-tuned.
Once she's created the rough-shaped pieces, they're printed out and used as a pattern to create a mock-up of half of the coat, or a half toile. The toile's usually made from cotton calico, but Claire and Rhoda are using a felt fabric, as the weight is similar to the jacquard fabric that'll be used for the final coat.
Yep. So if I mark on there where the belt loops are going, yeah? Yep, fine.
Having a physical sample helps Claire and Rhoda create more subtle changes to achieve the shape and look thereafter. Once they've made all the adjustments, the model is disassembled and the changes are drawn directly onto the different pattern pieces.
I had initially had, these are the positions for the buttonholes, and I had them in the lower position, but the designer said she wanted them moved up a bit higher. So we've amended that, and I've amended the neckline and the shoulder and the armholes, so now, and the length. So now all that has been done. Each pattern piece now will get digitised into the computer, where I can then work on it further, actually on screen.
To digitise the new shape pattern pieces, Claire uses a computer-aided design, or CAD package, linked to a digital plotting device. Plotters use the same technology as interactive whiteboards. Each time Claire clicks on a point on the paper pattern piece, the computer records the exact coordinates and automatically alters the virtual piece accordingly.
That's the basic shape in there now, but that's not all the information that's needed.
Once all the pieces have been digitised, Claire makes the fine adjustments on the computer, rounding off curves, straightening lines, and making sure there aren't any glitches. The computer speeds up the process because pieces can be copied at the stroke of a key. This undercollar was created by copying the outer collar and then reducing the size by 3 millimeters all the way round. The other advantage of CAD is that it's much more accurate than drawing.
Because if you're drafting something with a pencil and a ruler, there's always a little bit of leeway. And if you're wanting to square something off, you might not set your set square quite at a 90-degree angle. So, you know it's spot on when it's on the computer.
Including linings, interlinings, belts, epaulettes, and all the other pieces. A complex garment like a coat can have anything up to 50 different pattern pieces. But as we've already seen, ICT helps make Claire more efficient. enabling her to call up similar shaped pieces from a digital pattern library rather than having to start afresh each time, helping her adjust and copy pattern pieces quickly by using design software packages, and reducing the time it takes to make adjustments from the physical toile by using a digital plotter. With the help of ICT, Claire's able to create all 50 pattern pieces in less than a day. The next stage is to start making the sample using the materials selected by the designer, and ICT's speeding up that part of the process too.